Hey, Slappy, I was just getting ready to send you the link. 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 Come on up, Slappy. Hey, Nabba. Slappy, are you on that phone? How many minutes we got to talk? Because we know it will go dead on us. She said, okay, give me 2 minutes, all right. Nabba, that's 2 more minutes she's getting to charge that phone. Hey, Heaven Sent, welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're doing well, you and your wife. Please thumbs up the video. And how was everybody's day? What's y'all weather like? Here it's kind of dreary and overcast. Temperature wise, I would say high 70s. Good weather. We're just waiting on those happy slaps first. She's coming. She told us to give her 2 minutes. And here she is. Yes, my girl. How you doing? Why you didn't use the picture you sent me? I like that picture.
Oh, oh, let me close the other window. Yeah, no, I didn't get time to upload it to the the StreamYard
Oh
yet or
yeah.
whatever.
I like that picture. It was real cute.
Oh, thank you.
But you don't smile often on your pictures, and you were
Not
smiling.
at all. Not at all. Hi, Nappy Child. Hi, Helen Sent.
Hi, Master Kigwe. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me get my glasses on. Hold on a minute.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome.
See what happens when you turn 50? That's what happens. You can't see. Well,
Mm,
we're here in observance of domestic violence,
mm,
something that so many women, men suffer in silence about. But a lot of them, once they have made it out, they usually care to share their story so that others don't have to live in that misery.
mm,
And the first step is denial. And denial is that he won't do it anymore. She won't do it anymore. That was a one time incident. Nope, that was not a one time incident.
mm-hmm.
It was an incident that can lead to a bigger incident. And if you don't believe me, go back and read the very last. It's a whole story because I did a couple of videos on it. Where there's a lady, 41, 3 kids, left to take her boyfriend to the Greyhound bus station, and we're yet to hear from her again.
Oh my
That's
God.
what domestic violence will do if you don't get out. So we have Blue here, who is we know her as Slapping, but she's here to share her story. So Blue, just take what you doing over there, fighting paper?
No, I was just yeah, I was I'm on the laptop. I'm not on the phone, so yeah.
Okay, I'll get ready to say. Okay, Mods, we all know, y'all know how I am. No disrespect to the panel whatsoever from anybody. No question. Don't even bother to time them out. Go ahead and put them out. Situations like these are important, and there's nothing to be made fun of. Or
hmm
okay, Slappy, I'm gonna let you take your. I'm gonna go on mute, and I'm gonna let you take your time and just start back when the very first time that it happened, and what did you think?
Okay. So and I apologize, my voice is a little hoarse from earlier, but but yeah, it's I would say the first time uh it was kind of emotional abuse at first. This person, I had been with them off and on for like 4 years or whatever, but in that 3 year mark or so, yeah, the person I got into argument. We got into an argument, and I was driving at the time, and I pulled over because I got real upset, and he got out the car. I got out the car, and we were, still arguing. And he told me he would spit in my face, and
Mm, 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 mm.
I kind of laugh about it because it's a little uncomfortable, and when you have never had anyone say that to you before, it just really caught me off guard. But yeah,
Right,
when he said that, I lost my temper, and he thought he lost his, but I lost my temper, and I really cussed him out, and then he physically like grabbed me and then like pushed me or whatever, and I pushed him back, and it kind of turned into like a bit of a shoving match or whatever, and then he called me out of my name, called me, uh, you know, the B word and all of that stuff, and yeah, and it did really hurt because this, like I said, we were, together off and on for like 4 years or whatever, and even when he went to jail, I was still writing him. We would write each other all the time, so I expected more, I guess, from him. And yeah, it was embarrassing. And all I could think was like, oh, I'm so stupid. Like what? Like how could I not have seen this in him from the beginning or whatever? But in the beginning, they want to sell you a bill of goods that show you the best part of them or try to show you the best version of them. And then, as time go on, you kind of, you start seeing who they really are.
Right.
Hmm.
Now, at what point did you feel the need to tell a friend or a family member?
That's the thing. I never told anybody.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Me telling you this right now is the only, and I spoke to you a little bit about it before, but
Right. Right.
yeah, this is the only time I've ever spoke about it. Hey, Angela,
Hi,
welcome.
Angela. Welcome in, sweetie.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the first time of me really saying anything about it.
So not only did you endure physical abuse, you also endured mental abuse.
Yeah, emotional. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because people get it confused. If they're not putting their hands on you, you still can be in abusive relationship because
Mhm.
it can be mental and it can be physical. And I've heard it to be said. I don't know. Thank God I never had to go through that. But maybe maybe some of my men was in mental and maybe I was abusive to them. No, I'm just playing. No, I ain't playing, but but mental and physical. I mean, and mental and emotional abuse can be, sometimes worse than physical abuse
Mhm.
because that bruise that you may get, it'll go away. But when you talk about mental, there's pretty much you have to go and actually pretty much see somebody to get you because it takes you down to the
Mhm.
point that you feel like you're nothing. You feel like you're not good enough for anything. You feel like you
Mhm.
can't accomplish anything. It puts you in the mode of not even want to get out of bed in the morning. You want your room dark. You just don't want to face society altogether.
Mhm.
So just because of if you're, and I'm not just saying for women because there are men that are in abusive relationships,
Oh,
but men
yeah.
so macho they don't want to say that they are in abusive relationships.
Right.
Because just today, someone told me about their brother that last night his girlfriend cut him on his arm twice because she was trying to stab him in the chest, and
Wow.
he put his arm up to protect his chest.
Oh my God.
Exactly, and he never. They've always been a fighting couple, and this is the first time he's ever said anything to his family about it.
Mm.
So okay,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah. Oh. Do you want me to like the next time? Because like after that incident I ended up getting back in the car and driving myself home, but he ended up going to like a hotel or something like that. But yeah, so after that was the first incident I had with him, and I slowly but surely found out I wasn't the only person he was seeing, and you have that something in your body will tell you when something wrong, and
Oh,
I could just I knew something wasn't right, and it wasn't, and sure enough, he was messing with other another person, and so when I found that out, that's when I like cut it off, and I was like, no, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this no more or whatever. But a couple months later, he had fallen out with the next person he was with or whatever, and so he was like basically begging me to come back, and I felt bad, almost like it was my fault. So I ended up taking him back, and yeah, and it ended up getting worse.
So manipulation brought y'all back together, basically.
Mhm.
Because that's what they do. They try to make you feel like you're wrong, or you made them do it, or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And he was like crying and all of that, and so I believed him, but yeah, it was like, oh, okay. I guess. And but yeah, after that, that's when stuff was good, pretty good for, I would say, maybe a few months. But then the cursing me out type thing when he would get upset and stuff like that. And yeah, it just turned into more like emotional abuse and stuff again. And even his mother even came and saw me, and she told me I was way too good for her son, and she told me that she thanked me for how sweet I treated him or whatever, but she told me herself I wasn't I was too good for her son. So but yeah, he ended up we ended up getting into another fight. Um, I kind of tried to walk away from it. I went outside to take a walk, and then we ended up. Um, he ended up following me outside, and the sun was. I'll never forget. The sun was going down, and I was upset and crying or whatever, and then he grabbed me again, and I pushed him off me and told him get up off me or whatever. And that's when he ended up pushing me, and I fell on the ground and scraped my arm up or whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry." And then I told him just get away or whatever. And then he proceeded to try to grab me again. I hit him, and and we just we literally started fighting, and it was messed up. It was just really messed up, and it was embarrassing as well because we were outside, and in my neighborhood. So these are my neighbors, people that have that know me and knew me for years, and they see me outside fighting this man, and it was just really, really
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Right. Embarrassing, disheartening.
Hmm.
Which you really shouldn't have felt that way, because he was really the one that was being an idiot, not you.
Yeah.
And well, the good thing is you got away, and
Hmm.
you're always safe. That
Yeah.
is the main thing.
Hmm. And
Well,
on my channel, I had did prank calls before or whatever, and I did a prank call calling him.
oh, he was one of them you did a prank call on.
Yeah, the one I was saying, "Give me my money, I need my money." Yep, that was him. Because he still to this day he will send me a message on social media, and I miss you, how are you, I miss you, and stuff like that, and I'll just read the
Oh,
message and
yeah,
not reply. So yeah, hey, love Blake. Yeah, but I just read the messages and I don't reply because I don't want
Wow.
no more parts to that.
So he should be happy that you even still communicate with him in any form or fashion.
Right. And yeah, like I said, I don't reply to the stuff or whatever. But yeah, and a couple times he just showed up, and it was like, oh, and that's creepy when somebody just shows up like that,
Right.
and you ain't invited them over or nothing, and you just and automatically like my it makes my stomach hurt just to see him, a picture of him, anything, but especially in person. it,
Oh wow.
I'll have like a whole full blown panic attack, and so yeah, but I do I go out and I do support groups and stuff like that, trying to
Good.
trying to deal with the stuff that I went through or whatever.
Okay, good. Now, do you care to share the stories that you had told me about as far as family members with domestic violence?
Oh yeah, yeah, my little sister, she was a horrible domestic violence with her husband at the time. Um and the first time he tried to fight with her, she was pregnant with her first child, and they were outside, and he had his hands on her arm so hard that you could literally see like his handprints on her arm, and so I naturally ran out there, and I ended up you know fighting him, trying to get him up off of my sister or whatever, and yeah, and we lived in like the same complex at the time, so like every weekend she would run down and be banging at the door, and I'll open the door, and sure enough they you know fighting again, and the last fight they had was so bad, she was literally bleeding and stuff, so it was very I was pressed. Okay, like it made me feel, because in that moment I saw, I didn't see her as her adult self. I saw her
Right.
as the oops, sorry. I saw her as like, the little girl that I, grew up
Right.
protecting, grew up helping, changing her diapers, all of that stuff.
Right.
And so and I at the time I thought I was so scared because my oldest niece was about 6 months at the time. So she, when I was running down the hall and I wasn't even dressed, it was it was so scary because, like I said, she had all this blood all over her, and it was her blood. And she told me how he had stomped her head, and she couldn't hear out of one of her ears.
He stomped her head.
hmm
Wow.
in the kitchen, and she just kept screaming, "I can't hear and I can't see," because she, wears glasses, and her glasses were broken. And I remember I had to look for the
TT.
frame of the glasses, and then I had to find the actual lens and put it back together. And while I was putting it together and handing it back to her, my back was turned towards him, and he grabbed a handful of my hair from the back and then swung past me at her, and then I did what I could to take him to the ground or whatever. And once that happened, we it was me and her. versus him, literally. And I
Yeah.
told my mom to um, grab the baby and take the baby down the hall, call 911. So, but yeah, eventually, 911 got there, and he was arrested for that. And yeah, it was just very scary, and I was so scared for my my niece, because I'll never forget. She just sat there with her fists balled up, and she wouldn't blink or nothing. She was just like in a trance. It looked like, and yeah, it was just very scary.
Watching her parents fight.
Right. Mhm.
Now, what was the drawing board for this relationship?
Mm. Um. I don't know. Like.
Did it kind of just fade away?
Oh no. After that, she ended up getting divorced, and they went to court and all of that. And
Yay for her.
yeah. So yeah. So
Yay for her.
yeah. And so she's no longer with him, but he doesn't see my nieces ever. They haven't seen him since the oldest was probably 4, and she's 6 now. So
He
uh,
doesn't deserve it.
and the sad part is, both of the girls, we know their father. They know how he looked. They all of that. They know how his family members look, who they love dearly, and so they don't understand why they don't see their father anymore. But he ended up moving on to another woman, and ended up having children with her, and he'll refer to that as his family. He doesn't include my nieces into it.
And I would be just fine with that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I would be just fine with that.
Right. Because
Um,
he. Oh,
what
and
was-
I. Yeah. When one time they had a fight, and my sister was holding my niece, and like I said, she was around 6 months at the time, and no, probably like 8 months by then. But he ended up attacking her while she was holding the baby, and knocked her on the bed, and then they bounced off the bed to the floor, and
what?
yeah, and so we had to go to the hospital to check and make sure the baby was okay as far as her head and everything, and so they had to do an investigation, and for 10 days she had to stay at a family member's house, but she couldn't stay at my apartment because, like I said, we were in the same complex, so they wanted her a certain amount of you know distance from him, so she had to go out to and stay at our brothers for a while, for like 10 days, while they completed the investigation. And yeah, after that, she was able to go home. But yeah, stuff just kind of escalated and got worse.
And that's when she finally said, "Okay, I'm done." After
Mhm.
the investigation.
Mhm.
Good, good. 'Cause that sounds like it could have became fatal had she stayed there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Very much so. Okay, let's see. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Hi, TC. Hi, Angela. Happy
I know
chat.
they snuck in on us. They snuck in on us, Love Blake and
Oh, hey, love Blake.
Master Key, Master Kiwi. I just met him on another
Oh,
site.
okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, y'all.
Um, Slappy has been through um well, she endured some domestic violence that wasn't directly to her, but it was to family members, and she witnessed it. I'll let her talk about it if she chooses to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you choose to talk about it?
Uh, yeah.
Or just say how much you want to say about it?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So when I was about 8 or 9, a family member that lived down the hall from us at the time uh got into it with her son or whatever, her oldest son, and I don't know exactly what their exchange was verbally, but I know it was a lot of yelling and stuff, and he, as he was getting ready to leave out or whatever and leave out the house, she called him back to her room or whatever, and on his way back to the room, she shot herself in the stomach. And um, I'll never forget, like when my mama came home from the hospital, and she told me that my auntie was gone, and it
If
broke
it's
my
too
heart.
tough, if it's too tough, you don't have to talk about it.
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, but what hurt the most was seeing my mom like that. Because this was her, sibling. That she was, was very close to, and just to know that they said hearing my mom say that she was gone, and then like a couple hours later, they called her and they were able somehow to revive her. And
Oh, God is good.
hmm and so she's alive now to this day. But
So, okay, let's get this straight. So this is a domestic violence case between mother and son.
hmm
They were having the argument, and
hmm
it was a grown son, right?
hmm no, at the time he was, I want to say 17.
Close enough to being grown because they got a terrible mouth at that age.
hmm
They have a they have a terrible mouth at that age. I'm telling you, ooh, they make you sometimes want to take them out of here.
Right, I know.
So, are they? What is their relationship like today?
He doesn't live in a city anymore. He actually started his own business. It became successful, and he moved to California, and then he just recently moved to Texas. So and she goes down off and on to visit, but yeah, she has grandbabies now, so she talks on the phone and stuff with off and on, but yeah, I would say their relationship is a lot better now than it was then. But I definitely think they would benefit from some type of therapy after all that, because
Right.
that's a lot, you
It
know.
is. I was just thinking a mother's love.
Mm,
Only a mother's love could have got him through that.
right, and because when she did that, it was like to make him feel guilty, like, oh, I'm doing this because of you and what you did, you know. So it was so wrong, but thank God, she's okay.
Okay, TC has a question. Can you see it? I have it up on the screen.
Okay, was there any reconciliation between the two? Any counseling for the trauma? No, no, not no, 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 counseling for trauma. No, but yeah, they reconciled or whatever. So they're good now. But yeah,
A
you know,
lot of prayer, and it probably helps that they don't live in the same city or
right,
even in the same state.
right, and they don't now. So
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a mother, I don't know. It would have took a lot.
hmm
God could have did it. I don't know. Therapy wouldn't have been able to do it. Only
right,
God could have started, brought our relationship back together.
hmm
Wow.
and a lot of our black families, we don't really believe in seeing a
That's
therapist, and
right. We depend on we depend on prayer. You're right.
hmm
Depend on the word of prayer. That's true.
yeah. But thank you, TC, for your question.
That is so true. Now, was that your aunt's only child?
No,
Oh, it wasn't. Okay. I was
yeah,
trying to think of excuses why she may have, reconciled with him. I thought maybe he was an only child or something like that.
mm-mm. And yeah, it's five of them, five. So he's the oldest of five.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
TC has a question. It's on the screen.
Yeah. He's married now. At the time, no, because at the time he was 17. But yeah, he's married now.
I wonder, does the wife even know that even happened?
Yeah, because um arguments took place between his wife and his my aunt.
Yeah.
Like right before they got married and afterwards because he was telling her all these things that his that he went through with his mom. So yeah, she didn't like that type of teaching. So she went
She wasn't
over.
listening to that teaching because that would have put my wedding on hold.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and she got so upset one day and in the middle of the night went over to their house and bust the windows out their car, you know.
Oh, oh, the mom did.
hmm And,
Oh,
and I was so shocked by this, but they both pressed charges against her and he wasn't even married yet. But they
wait a
pressed
minute.
charges against her and yeah, and she went to jail for like 4 or 5 months.
No, I would not be speaking to that child of mine right now. I'm just
Me
be honest.
either. Me either.
I shot myself in the stomach. Okay, I forgave you. I started back talking to you. You made me mad. I busted out your windows. Okay, and you pressed charges, and I went to jail. No,
hmm
I wouldn't have anything to say to you.
Right. And once you become a felon, a felon, it's a lot of stuff you can't do that, because you're a felon. And you're a
Right,
felon for busting out headlights in the
right.
window.
Because I mean, it's places you can't stay. Stops you from getting loans. I mean, being a felon hurts a lot this day and time.
Right. And when that happened and they arrested her. When I tell you, I and everybody else in this family wanted to go and grab her and drag her.
I'm telling you,
Cause it's like
drag her
I
to
don't.
the white meat. Gosh.
Cause I'm sorry, but I don't care what my mama could. My mama might have the best mother on the planet, but if she did anything like that to me, my mama could do anything, and there's no way I could
No,
have
no.
lock her, especially in their later years,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
And the thing is, this, I'm speaking of, she's deaf in one ear, and
Oh man.
she's blind in one eye. So she went to jail like that.
Oh my goodness.
And we would write her constantly. It was a lot.
See, I would have been that cousin. He would have had to beat me up too, because every time I seen him, I'd have had a mouthful of horn.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even today, he probably doesn't want to come around the family.
No, not like that. No, because it's
Right.
yeah, because some of her, like I said, five, he one of five. So her other, children, because not only are you taking her away from yourself, but now you're putting your siblings, mom, in jail.
Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
I
I
never
just.
thought I would live to see that day. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Oh. Now, do you care to share the other one? I'll leave that up to you.
Oh, about my aunt's boyfriend.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that one. Okay, when I was 4, and we lived in these apartments down. It was on the north side. I was 4, and my aunt lived, a different aunt from the one I spoke of, but she lived right. One of my mom's little sisters lived right across the hall from us. So I would make mistakes and run up the stairs, and sometimes I would go in her apartment instead of ours. And I always did that, or, sometimes I would go over there anyway, because my cousins or whatever over there and play.
Right.
But so, yeah, so we, the night before we heard a pop, it was a gunshot. And so, but kind of didn't think nothing of it because wasn't really sure if it was or firecrackers or and so the next morning, well, in the middle of the night, my aunt called and said, "Oh, my boyfriend's not answering the phone. Can you go knock at the door?" And my mom was like, "No, I don't like him. I'm not." And then she was like, "Well, can you see if if the car is outside?" And it was. And when she looked under the crack of the door, you could see that the lights were on. And this is like middle of the night. And that next morning came. Hi, Sassy.
Hey, Sassy. Welcome in.
Yeah. So when the morning came, I we we left, went to the store, and then we came back home. And as we were coming back home, I ran up the stairs, and instead of running towards our apartment, I ran towards my aunt's, and the door was already open, and the police were all in there, and his her boyfriend was laying right there on the couch, sitting up. He shot himself in the head, and it was real. That one was it was real traumatizing because 4 years old, you know that to see something like that, I had never seen a dead person dead or whatever.
No, that's traumatizing at any age.
Right. And so and there was a lot of police or whatever there, but they didn't have nothing taped off, or they didn't try to stop me when I was just running in there. And I was a little carefree child, so I wasn't even thinking. I just running up in there. And so my mama grabbed me up, and she said, why how y'all just let a child, run up in here, why don't y'all have this blocked off or something? And I like broke out in hives from it. Uh, I started shaking, and still to this day, my hands still shake to this day. Um,
About it.
hmm Oh, I don't even got to think about it. Just like normally, they even at rest, they shake, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I still
So, was this a case of your aunt was trying to get away from him or break up with him?
no, she wasn't. She was crazy about him, but yeah, he was like verbally abusive, emotionally abusive
Yeah.
towards her. But yeah, she was crazy about him. But the reason why they think he did that because he had just got out of jail at the time, and I guess he messed with an underage girl, and when the brothers found out, her family found out, they said they were going to, find him and off him or whatever. And so
Right.
yeah, so they think that's why he did it because he got real scared and was afraid that they may come and kill him. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, but to this day, I don't know. We don't know if if that was
The
the
truth
actual
or
case.
rumor.
Yeah, but yeah, seeing stuff like that is very traumatizing at any age. But to see it when you're 4 years old, it,
Right.
it yeah,
It's a lot because you're gonna forever see that play in your mind.
right.
It's always gonna play in your mind, and it's
Hmm.
gonna play on you mentally, whether you admit it or not. It's something
Hmm.
that's gonna get you down, and from time to time.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So and I went to counseling and stuff for it.
That's my next question because you've been through a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
that was my next question.
Yeah. I started doing like counseling when I was like right after that incident, like child counselors or whatever. And then once I became a teenager, I started seeing a psychologist or whatever to just deal with the different traumas and stuff like that.
Right. Because that's three different ones. What? Wait a minute. Yeah, three different ones you just told us about.
Right.
That's
Hmm.
a lot. So now y'all see why we get the crazy slappy on the rides and all that stuff, right? Yeah, it comes full circle. You're right. See, there's absolutely nothing wrong with counseling. It's the
Right.
best thing. We all have had to go. We all are still. Some of us are still going. It's like
Hmm.
I'd rather you go get help than not go and risk your life.
Right.
That's the thing. At least now you can talk about it confidently. Uh,
Hmm.
you can cuss us out when we riding down the road to the store in the back seat of the toy car.
Yeah, y'all back there fighting and pulling each other's hair.
That's
uh,
okay. I want my coffee.
Coffee.
Oh God! Does anybody have any questions? Y'all can feel free to.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions about whatever, I am all up for it. Yeah.
You can never chat to my yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't even know it was uh the month this month is national
well, here's the thing. It doesn't usually fall this way, but they did it from September 1st till the 16th. this is actually Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know what moved it on the calendar this year. It's
Mm,
so many things that we do in observance to different situations. So you kind of have to overlap some of them, and that's
um,
pretty much what they did this year. Um, After you today, you're um, probably my last domestic violence. From this
oh,
point, I move on to breast cancer awareness.
oh,
Um,
yeah.
because this is my month. I usually go hard at that because that's how I lost my sister. But
Oh, I lost my mother. I mean, my grandmother like that.
oh wow, really?
Breast cancer.
Wow, wow. Ladies, I know it's uncomfortable, but please, please get your mammogram.
hmm Yes.
Go get your mammogram.
hmm
Um, because what I from the time my sister found out, she lasted about 2 years.
Right.
So yeah, she had
Yeah.
metastatic breast cancer, and that very aggressive.
hmm And my grandma, she was one of those, black mothers that never liked to go to the doctor and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, it had gotten really bad. My mama said she said it looked really bad, and it went from being like a what um you would call like a cyst or something to like the point of it like just tearing up her chest and stuff. So about time my mom found out about it and forced her to go to the hospital. It was basically too late. So basically all they could do was make her comfortable and yeah. Well, she,
Ashley says, "Thank you for sharing your stories with us, Laffy." Yes,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Angela.
We
You're so sweet.
appreciate
Thank you.
we
Thank y'all
appreciate.
for listening.
And speaking of that with breast cancer, you know what? I never thought about it like this. My sister's actually came on the outside of her breast. She got like a blackhead. She just thought it was a blackhead. And you know how
hmm
we do, we bust a bad blackhead and we keep going. And she
hmm
could never get it to heal, is the thing. It
Oh,
would
wow.
drain, drain, drain. And finally, when she was a doctor, that's when she found out that it was actually cancer. I always thought it had to be a knot within the breast, or the left nose or whatever. But no, hers started on the outside of her breast. And
Yeah,
a bump that looked like a blackhead. So,
I think
ladies,
I do
please.
believe that's how my grandmother's was. It was like a cyst on the outside, but it got so far along that it spread it really bad or whatever.
Well, ladies, go on and let those husbands and boyfriends look for those lumps that's not normally there every month. Check it out. Don't be ashamed. I know that machine is very uncomfortable.
hmm
Ah, ooh. And I
Yeah,
be laughing. I would say, Lord, what about the sisters who got the little A cups, little B cups? What do they put up there?
right. That
What is
that's
that?
my right. That's what one of my questions. It's like, okay, you gotta smash them down like a pancake, but what about
Oh,
the what about people who, only have like an 8 cup or, somebody like let me see, like the rapper Eve. She has really small chest. Like, so how would you? I think they would have to do theirs in a whole different type of way
maybe so.
because
Maybe so.
they wouldn't be big enough to fit in.
Right. Lord, we had with their whole head up under there. My goodness. But ladies, and some
Miss
ladies,
Happy
some of us
says
are,
hi.
some of us at a particular age, make sure y'all go.
Mm-hmm.
Make
And
sure.
yep, do a but you could do that buddy system too, where
Yeah,
get a friend or a family member and y'all, have your appointment on the same day.
and go together.
Right.
That's true. Now that is true. I had never thought about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how we be doing it. And oh, Mama Slappy says hi, Miss Beecham.
Hi, Mama Slappy.
She all the way back in her room. Hey, Miss Beecham.
Looks like you love Mama Slappy.
She, Mama Slappy, loves some of you and Nappy Child and
um,
Sassy. Hey, Sassy.
and Sassy. Decop and I did kind of like the buddy system with the vaccine because she
Mm,
just was determined she wasn't gonna do it. But actually, she wound up going before me, so I had to go ahead and do it after that.
yeah.
But I was gonna do it anyway, but I really wanted her to get hers also, and she
Yeah.
was kind of leaning to the side of not getting it. So we did it in a buddy type of way, and she did it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I wasn't gonna get the that thing either. But yeah, I ended up. I was like, okay, Mama Slappy got it, so I'm gonna get it too. Because at
Yes,
first I didn't. I was pretty worried about what it because you heard all the horror stories of
well, you look at it like this: we lost more people before the vaccination than we did after the vaccination. That's how
mhm.
you have to look at it.
And here in where I'm at in Milwaukee, it's the rate of new infections and stuff, it is like up like every week. It's like 1,000 extra cases, and then the cases that are fatal. It's like it's a lot because a lot of people, some people wear their masks because even if you got the thing in your arm, you still have to supposed to wear a mask. But
Exactly.
a lot of people not wearing those masks. They feel like, oh
I'm
well, some of them
serious.
don't even got the dang thing in their arm, and they still they feel like they ain't gotta get that
Right.
thing done.
And
Wear a mask. And so they just like, oh no, you're infringing on my rights as an American. And you can't tell me what to do.
no, I can't. But please don't come stand beside. Stay 6 feet away from me if
Hello?
your face is not covered.
Come on, somebody.
Say, oh wait, I spoke with her on yesterday. She is out of the hospital for the second time. She was battling the COVID, but
Oh, who?
she's
Who?
doing a lot better.
Who?
Italian Queen. That's where she's been. That's why nobody has
Oh,
seen her.
shout out to Italian Queen. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
fine. She had to go back in the hospital a second time.
Hi,
But
TC.
she is home and she sounds a lot better. She still
Uh,
has a long way to go, but
yeah.
she
Yeah,
she
that recovery from it is hard, and it
yeah,
and it
yeah,
can do permanent damage on your organs and stuff.
exactly.
TC, do I like Chinese food? Do I eat Chinese food? Yeah. Not yeah, off and on. Yeah. I like the veggie egg rolls. Yum. Oh my god, those are so
Like the ones with the cabbage in it. Yeah,
And some egg foo young and shrimp fried
yeah.
rice chow. Ooh, my
But you know what? It's not something I can just eat every day. I have to have the taste for Chinese food. Yeah,
right.
I eat the TC, but I just have to have the taste for. When I have a taste for it, I love it, but it's not something I want to eat every day. I'm kind of diverse. Hi there, chef. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Come on, chef, what you cooking?
I know, right? Um,
I'm
I'm
hungry
very diverse,
too.
PC, when it comes to eating food. I put it to you like that. I'm not one of those that just eat American food and that's it. I'm diverse when it comes to eating food.
Yeah, because I saw this very disturbing video before, like a couple years back, and this man was filming. It was a white truck. It pulled up, and it had like um, it was like a white truck, but it was a freezer, big freezer or whatever, where they transport transport meat or whatever to the Chinese restaurant. And the man grabbed a big like shopping cart thing, and when he opened it, it was a bunch of frozen dead dogs, and their fur and stuff was all gone, and they were cut open from like the chest down, and all of their organs was removed and stuff. But he put like 6 or 7 of those dogs in that cart, and and took it up in there. And when he was taking it up in there, the person that was recording it was like, "Oh hell no, that's nasty! What the hell?" And they were trying to get him to stop filming because I guess they didn't want people to know that they were, using that, using dog meat. That's so nasty.
Hold on 1 second. Napa Child, are you in here?
Nappy, nappy.
I want somebody to go grab Chef's the link and drop it in the chat. And I want Slappy's link in the chat. You gotta get Slappy to 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. On the road to 1K still.
That's all right. You'll get there. Oh yeah, she'll get it. Thanks, Napa Child.
Yeah. Thank you, Nappy Child. Yeah. I did within this last week. I got a
Wait a
few
minute. TC,
extra.
wait. TC said, okay, why are you afraid of the jab? What jab? TC.
You know the thing. You know that thing that go on your arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause a lot of people be worried about saying, the real word on YouTube because they don't like
Oh yeah.
read or
Oh yeah. They are funny about saying that. I forgot about that. I don't know. It wasn't me that was scared, TC. It was D Cop was scared. I knew I was gonna take it. But it was D Cop was the one who was afraid of it. And I
poor.
think she was more so I think it was more so the needle thing
Mm.
is what she was kinda shy of.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Chef, drop your link, please.
If he don't have a mod stick, he may not be able to drop it. But Nappy Child is going to go get it and drop.
Yummy.
Let's see. Oh Lord, now she's trying to sing, y'all. Here we go. Here we go.
Count on me to seek and thin a friendship I will never end. If you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God. See, Flappy just come out whenever he wants to. You hear me?
Happy.
Mm-mm-mm. Slappy, they didn't ask for you to come up here. What you doing, child? Stay, mind your business.
All right, now both of them is in there.
Oh, thank you, Nappy
I went,
child.
I went and got shifts.
Oh, okay. Great.
I was already connected to him, so it was easier for me.
So, Chef, are you still trying to get to 1,000 too?
No,
Oh, he's past 1,000. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
he be cooking up stuff over there. You see, she cutting up. We can't let her go anywhere. Lovely said my ears. Oh, she is.
Love, like if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna drop kick you with Slappy's penny loafers. Okay, you keep on here.
What she
Count
call
on,
you?
come on, Angela.
What she
Count
call you? Her cooking?
on, you can
Oh
count
Lord, that's the singing.
on.
Here we go with the Slappy Show.
My.
Thanks, Lovely. Please show him love.
Yes, indeedy.
Ask that everybody show him love.
Yeah, we gotta support one
And
another.
Slappy. Yes, that's the only way we'll get there. There's enough for everybody.
Hmm.
We don't have to fight and argue and bicker over it. It's enough for everybody.
Right. And some people, because I've seen it where some people have, started a new channel and got their second and third channels to 1,000 in less than 24 hours.
But you know
So,
why that is? Because they're kind of running in cliques.
hmm.
And when this one go live and the whole 400 go over there, then right when that one's getting ready to end, the next one go live. So they all move over there. That's what
Hmm.
it's kind of like a cult thing.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
I don't, and I don't want to have no parts to do with none of that type of stuff.
Me either.
And I don't want nobody to be able to try to say, "Oh, I built your platform" type stuff. No, mm-mm.
Right, right.
Slow
But
and steady wins the race.
I learned from D Cop and then from on my own. And she didn't have that cult mentality, so of course she didn't pass it on.
Mm,
So I didn't care to have that.
yeah.
When
Um,
it says B10 has didn't stop that, I gotta look at that. You the second person who told me that.
yeah. I enjoy me some Stop Down. Stop
Stone
Down.
down. It's reading everybody, okay? He is handing everybody their behind.
Hmm. See, but it's not many people that can do what he do, because what he does is he has his honest real opinion. He don't pull no punches with it. And he talks about whoever. He don't care if he cool with you or not. He gonna and I think that's how it should be with everyone. But I feel like some people, they end up having like malice intent behind their commentary, almost as if the person personally did something to them.
Well,
And
that's because when he reads them with the facts of their own life.
mhm.
It's hard
Shout
to do
out
a
Rick Reed.
rebuttal. It's hard to rebuttal when somebody reads you with the facts of your own life.
Hmm.
Now, if they're reading you off of assumptions and lies and things like that, you can rebuttal. But when they're reading you off of stuff you said out your own mouth, stuff that you say you're supposed to have or you supposed to have done, it's hard to rebuttal on that.
Yeah, it is. And just like you was talking about, reading somebody on the facts of their life. Um, that's why, like, was talking about, the domestic violence and stuff. I have told a lot of this to Vegas girl, and so when I was over there, in the Sir King's chat that day, and I was, me and you was in the chat goofing around, cutting up, and I was talking, to some of the people over there or whatever, having a
Right.
good time. And the way she worded that text she sent me, and then just to
So
know
funny to end up
right,
wrong.
right. And so
Oh,
it was so disrespectful. You must like punishment. You must like being abused. And so when she said that, it triggered like they was saying, "Oh, I'm triggered." Oh, I was triggered.
well, she got it back times 10, trust me.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
I'm shaking and crying.
they got her good that night, boy.
Mm. And it's sad because Miss Dovey is still having troubles with her
Oh,
channel.
Deacon,
Hey, Deca.
welcome in, welcome in.
Welcome, welcome. Deca, Deca.
She probably was out running or washing her car.
Mm-mm-mm. Uh,
Okay, does anybody have any more questions for Slappy?
yeah, any questions? Any question? Any question? May I help you? Yeah, thank you for having me, Miss B.
Thank you for coming and for being so transparent.
Oh,
That took a lot to do that. A lot to do that. And
mm-hmm.
like I said, you have been through a lot. I'm glad that you did get therapy and that now you can be Slappy Flapster, after going through all of that. That's a
Right.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Oh, you was working out, detox? Oh, okay.
Working the muscles.
Oh,
Come on, muscles.
right. If nobody has any questions for Slappy, we will let her be free at this time. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank my mods. And y'all, please, please, please make sure you go over to the chef and subscribe to him and subscribe to Slappy. We have to get Slappy to 1,000.
Mm.
Yes, it's adult comedy. So if your ears is a little touched by, a few chosen words, you can sit through a little bit. Just give her a thumbs up. She can
Thank
get weak just now. That potty mouth.
you. Yeah, party mouth.
Just playing.
Thank you, Miss
Okay,
B.
guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, if you are in any kind of domestic violence situation, whether it's verbal, mental, physical, or if you know of somebody, please get out. Please
Mm-hmm.
get out so that you won't wind up like the last situation that I covered on this channel right here. Like I said, the 41-year-old mom of three goes to take the boyfriend to the Greyhound station. They locked him up in Georgia. He was driving her vehicle. No idea where those three children that don't know where their mom is, who had just got approved to get her new home bill and all of that. She didn't just run away or walk away from all of that. Okay, guys, I thank y'all. Yes, D-Cop, make sure you catch the replay. Very, very touching story.
Thank you. And thank you again
Okay,
for having
guys.
me. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, guys. I couldn't do it without y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.